Hi, you guys. Welcome for another episode of More to the Story. I'm Farron Moore.
And I'm to hear more.
And today, look at him doing stuff on the Instagram.
Multitasking. This how you double dip right here. You get the,
on the Instagrams, we have Mr. Brandon Broady.
Yes. What's up?
Comedian, actor, host, producer. He does things.
He does a lot of things.
He does a lot of things.
Do things, y'all.
I'm excited. Thanks for coming today.
I'm glad I was able to make it. You know, we supposed to be a few days ago.
No. We weren't even going to bring it up.
I got to get it off my chest.
Everything happens the way it's supposed to, so I don't even get caught up when things like that happen.
I completely forgot. And I was telling her, and I was like, yo, man, I got so much day right now. Like, what am I going to do with all this day? I just got an overage of day right now.
Overage of day. Usually there's a day deficit. Today I have overage.
I had so much day. I was like, man.
He was trying to roll day over to the day.
That's one thing you need. You know what I'm saying? When you find you like as an adult, you had some. You like, man, I got some day today. Like you be happy as shit
right now.
I can slow down. I can watch a whole program, even
a program, not a program. Yeah, with
even
a U in it.
That's movie.
A program is at least 1 hour.
Yes.
Yeah, a program. That's like This Is Us, General Hospital, some Law and Order. Yeah,
Law and Order.
That's a program.
Oh my God. So yes, thank you for joining us.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so glad to be here.
We're gonna jump in. So let me just real quick. You upset about not making it. How about we were supposed to be here, planning to be here at 9. We made it.
Yeah.
But we didn't wake up to 8 o'clock.
Wow.
With the 25-minute drive.
I thought the first one was at 10. I'm not going to hold you. That's why I stayed out as late as I did. I'm like, 10 o'clock. Oh, yeah, I'll be able to get a couple winks. Yeah, it was 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I woke up at 7. I set 3 alarms this time. I started my.
He was so ready.
I started them alarms at 6:45 every 15 minutes after. Look, nigga, wait, you know. Like,
when I got up, I immediately texted him because I was like, day of reminder. Because before I gave you the day before reminder, day of reminder.
Day of reminder. I was already eating a granola bar at that point. So I was good. I was ready for the day.
Sent me his Uber. He shared his Uber.
I want her to know every detail. I promise you this time.
I appreciate it. I don't
have no day today.
I was told though, that was the one thing Nikki said. She was like, "Oh, that's my bro. Like he'll be late, but he doesn't flake. Like he'll be here. Like he'll be late, but he'll show up. So let me call him." Like, so
that's one thing. I don't flake. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you I'm gonna do something, if I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. That's my day.
I flake hard.
Oh man,
I flake hard.
Brody was late for an episode of Workplace Comedy, and we gave him shit all day for it. I had talked with the crew. I was like, hey, listen, let's make him commit suicide.
Wow. You know what?
Every fucking chance you get.
I was wondering why I was hovering the radio over the bathtub that night. I was wondering why I felt so suicidal.
I'm going to just freaking end it. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it.
I told everybody, I said, hey, guys, this is a group effort. We have to do this to him as soon as he gets here.
Oh, I felt it.
And everything we did, we brought it back to like, you know what's crazy is that it wouldn't have went this way if Brody was on time. The entire day. We were adamant about
it. They were terrible. There was a darker one. I don't think I'm gonna say, but they definitely blamed something else on something else that we done that day.
Yeah, I heard.
Me being late. I was like, wow.
We had a good time. It was a good time.
Not a good time hurting your friends' feelings.
It was healthy. All in good spirit. It's just bad because I'm ready to shoot. I'm like, so do you guys want me to read it like this? We want you to read it like early. You know what I mean? It was like I'm getting it from every angle.
We had to move scenes around and everything to shoot because he wasn't here. So it was
I want you to read it like early.
Well, the funny thing about moving scenes around here, though, this is why I don't have that much sympathy. It's literally moving from one room to another room. You know what I'm saying?
But you know the setup is different. You got to do lighting in that room. You got to get the cameras in that room. Then we have to get people in.
There's scenes that I'm not in, so they did a perfect job of being able to assess the situation, shoot the scenes that I was not there for. You know what I'm saying? Like a real star. Real stars show up. When they show up, they do their scene and they fly back to Fiji. Like that's what I flew back, had Fiji. Okay, I rode back, had Fiji.
Yeah,
Nonetheless,
there you go.
you gotta. I had to come in. You know what I'm saying?
Just real quick, Kiyomi in the chat, do you think you're better than us? What was your reason for saying you be up early? Like,
I'm a morning person.
are you
too,
trying
typically.
to prove something? Like, you're a morning person when you have to be. You don't just generally wake up at 6:15.
I generally wake up. I have a weekday alarm at 6 a.m. every day.
Yeah, that you turn off. You don't even snooze it. You
Nigga, your
stop
voice
it.
isn't even awake yet.
You stop that alarm. You don't even snooze it to wake up possibly 10 minutes later. So just the fact that you have an alarm does not mean you're a morning person. I have several alarms that I ignore.
You and the kid are
Every morning.
the worst morning people ever. The kid more than anybody. The
Yes.
the kid would be. She was up when I got home. Just looked at me walking in. And I was like, she ain't gonna make it.
Oh my!
She was late. She was late as hell this morning.
Yeah.
And so are you grouchy in the morning? Are you grumpy in the morning?
No.
She just moves slow.
I'm
But
just
the kid moves slower than her.
Yeah, I just move slow. I'm full of games when I do get up.
Oh,
I'm playing and I'm annoying from the moment my feet hit the floor.
Yes, like
From the moment my feet
I
hit
went
the
in
floor.
the bathroom to turn the shower on, and she was like, "What are you looking at, bro? You want me to do your eyebrows?"
Y'all squaring up in the
This
bathroom
is
in the
her,
morning.
the first thing that she says to me in the morning.
As soon as I wake up in the morning, I start shit.
Yeah.
So just jumping into, we're going to get started with our first little segment. The how the hell are you?
Okay.
I want 3 things you're grateful for right now.
3 things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my health. Grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my home.
Your home. Mm-hmm. Your home. Okay. But you was ready.
I mean, you gotta be ready for some shit if you're grateful.
I mean, shit. If
God's like, oh,
if you 3 days late, I would hope you ready.
Woo! And there it is, y'all. There it is.
It wasn't me.
I
It wasn't
would
me.
hope you
That
had
is
time to get
fantastic.
It
this
wasn't
shit
me.
together.
I love it. Yeah. That was good.
Mr. Talent, you up at 3 a.m. because you didn't go to sleep. You didn't wake up at 3. Like, stop with the foolishness in this chat, y'all. Sorry, I did not mean to do that in the mic, but I did. I know, right?
Yeah, moist throat ass.
Shut up. You just blew your whole nose in the mic.
That
What
was
are
a
you talking-
nose, though. People expect that sound from a nose.
No, you could have moved the mic.
Hey, I
You
think I'm gonna
coulda
get y'all
moved
niggas a humidifier, man. All the noises and
You know what?
phlegm, yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of mucus in that environment.
It really is, man. I
Yes.
don't know. What's crazy is that when I was in St. Louis, I had no problems with my sinuses. As soon as I came back to LA, where typically I don't have problems with my sinuses, all the shit came back. And I have no idea what's going on right now.
It's
dusty,
LA.
though.
I'm telling
It's
you, like, I
dusty.
didn't get acne until I moved to Los Angeles.
Really?
I never had acne. My skin was smooth, like to the point I didn't even know how to treat it or even understand it because I was like, oh, I have one of those pimples. One of those, like, it was so new. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I'm from DC,
Oh,
Maryland,
shit.
well, Maryland, DC area. Yeah.
You know, Brandon's one of my oldest friends out here. He's one of the
Yes.
first people I met out here.
Yeah.
And we were in this improv sketch group. It was me, him, London Brown, Tyree Elaine,
Sky Marshall.
Sky Marshall.
wow.
He's one of my oldest. I met him in 2009,
Oh,
the year I
geez.
moved out here.
Well, it was through Robbie Reed, and
Robbie
Robbie
Reed.
was like Robbie had her eyes on like some new
talent.
talent in L.A. and she was like, it was almost just like let's put them all together, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like it was like game recognized game. You know, we did our formalities, said hello and everything, and I think within minutes everyone was just cracking jokes, and some of us already knew each other from the comedy scene either way, but for us to like recognize, like she recognized like. These are some stars right here.
Yeah.
You know, like
And every time
Aw.
Robbie came to one of my shows, it was a mid-ass show. Like, I never had a great set.
in front of Robbie.
In front of
Robbie.
Robbie, really?
Were you intimidated?
Yeah.
Aw.
I
You
don't
said
know.
you too?
No, I asked was he intimidated?
I don't
Oh.
know. I mean, a couple of them were at the J Spot, and
Ah.
the J Spot is one of the clubs
Yeah.
where once you do get your chops, you're like, I'm not going back there. I mean, I've had good shows there. I've had great shows there. When I did the Time Joyner cruise, I won it there.
Yeah.
From that competition.
See,
but-
every time the J Spot for me, like I mean, I have a few vivid memories of just like I had like they're not intimidated by me at all.
No.
So they're very happy to be vocal, and then I shut them down. And they're like, oh, okay, you got it, fam.
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like this was before people knew me as a roaster. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'd have to like literally like I'm like, yo, the stand up is hard. the roasting is easy.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, and I want you to be able to get some vagine from your woman tonight. You know, I'm not trying to ruin that for you. Like I'm not trying.
But
to
if
ruin
you
that.
want to be an asshole, then
The
let me
people who
match your
came to-
energy.
The
Yeah.
people who came to the J Spot were very stereotypical. They treated light skinned people very disrespectfully.
Yeah.
Until
I
you
hated
proved you
the
the
J Spot. When I would go there with you, I'm like, we're too good for this place.
It was just a hike. J Spot has always been a hike, no matter where I stayed. Because I stayed in Hollywood, it was a hike from Hollywood, and then it was in Glendale. It's just Jesus Christ for $20. It's just
like
not
it was
worth
not worth it.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
You might not even get your spot. You know, you might.
Yeah.
You might go
Yeah,
there and not
you're
perform.
right.
Okay. So, Brandon,
Yes.
we do combo cards here. We have levels to our cards today.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you pick
Okay.
the deck you want.
deck. All right. So you got.
So we have the Icebreaker Starter Pack. These are just meaningful questions to
You gotta love the world. Like
to
they know
learn
that
more
people
about you.
have so much difficulty having
Conversations,
They've
yes.
created flashcards for adults. These are literally
Exactly.
flashcards. Like,
Exactly. And I love them.
Yeah, they're great.
I
They're
love
great.
them. We have these are a bit spicier.
Ooh, after dark edition. I see
Right.
someone's whispering someone's ear on that.
Ace Metaphors, tonight's conversation. This is the sexy 69
Wow.
after dark questions.
With 69 questions in there.
I don't know.
Shouldn't that be the marketing
It
mechanism?
should be.
Okay.
Yes, there are 69. I don't actually know.
This is the nasty one.
And then we have these.
Condoms.
They do look like condoms.
Those look like straight up directions.
do.
Those are like a pack of. Hold that up.
If
like
that
these-
box looks like that, just chance it.
Yeah.
Just go raw and chance
Yeah,
it.
yeah. If it looks like this,
It's
the
not-
skinny,
it's not worth
skinny
it.
box with the skinny condoms with the easy tears. No.
Pre-tear.
Yeah, you're like,
No, not even
you
perforated
can
edges.
feel it
You
better.
just-
Yeah,
you
because
just tear it.
you're not putting because the condom's broken
Yeah,
as soon as
the box is moist because it's moisturized to keep the moisture in the condom.
Shit's pouring out, yeah.
These are dollar store condoms.
Yeah.
Oh,
But this
absolutely.
one is called "Who is the Biggest Pervert?" This jumps right into it.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
this is a naughty confession card game.
man.
So you get to pick.
Damn,
the
what
deck.
do y'all think in the chat? Because I mean, I think I know what I'm going with. I'm expecting it to light up with the numbers and shit. Like pick three,
Well,
pick two.
there's a delay too.
Yeah.
So come 20 minutes later.
Right. So
I'm crying during the interview. All
What
right.
you-
So
what you
I think the
thinking?
biggest pervert sounds fun.
hee hee.
You know,
Okay.
that sounds
good.
funny.
This is my newest deck,
Yeah. I could tell you.
and I haven't had a chance
Haven't even
to.
busted
These cards are smaller too. The pervert that you got to get all close to it. And
What? So no, we
yeah,
can see you.
it's
So we can
ridiculous.
see you reading the nasty little flashcards.
And see your nipples get whole out through your shirt when you read the card.
Okay. It is also like drinking game. Well, it's supposed to be drinking game style, but
Yeah.
the
I mean,
cards.
what
But
time is it?
we're go-
I mean, I almost
no,
brought
we
the
don't.
tequila.
We don't
Yeah.
have to make it a drinking game.
Yeah.
It's
No,
fine.
I
didn't
again,
bring
I don't-
any drugs. You
Okay.
know, I don't drink like that. So
All right.
I say drugs. I mean weed, y'all. I just want to.
Hey, now you kind of just giving us a lot more information.
That's
Now I'm
fine.
starting to
I just
think-
didn't
now I'm
want
starting
anybody
you
to
ever-
think.
The person's like, yeah, I don't
They
do
know we
drugs.
don't do coke or anything like that. We
Yeah.
got to have something to look forward
we
to.
have to-
So we ain't done the cocaine yet.
Okay. You ready? We have 3 cards.
Okay.
Well, 3 questions rather.
Okay.
This is from the who is the biggest pervert deck.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brandon, have you ever had a rim job given to you?
A rim job?
Yes.
I believe that's your ass eating?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
The way he answers is so dry.
It's very, it's to the point. It's very
Yeah.
matter of fact.
I've never ever done that one. That's one thing that I was just like, I don't know if I can look at a person the same if they lick my ass. Like, if Farron's been trying for years, I'm just like, you don't want this marriage to work.
Like, let me in there. You
would-
said there's nothing I can do to make you treat me differently
If you
or
lick
not
my ass,
love me
if you
or
lick
look
my
at me
ass, we get in
differently.
bunk beds. We can't sleep next side by side anymore.
You get the top, and I'm
You
cutting
can't
the
have that-
hole right in the.
that post rim breath up in your
I
face.
can't do it. I'm
Good
gonna
night, baby.
She would literally have to lick my
Straight
ass.
ass to mouth.
She would have to lick my ass in the
Like a
shower.
motherfucker, yeah.
She had to do it in the shower with goggles on. Like, I mean, the
needs
water
to be
still has to
scrubbed.
be running on my ass for her to lick my ass. It would be uncomfortable.
For you to be able to look her in the eye afterwards. Like, you said she could do it, but you just won't be able to look her in the eye after.
And if
No,
she tried to
you're like,
beeline out of that bathroom and without brushing her teeth, I'm going to knock her fucking head.
I'm kissing you with all tongue.
You crazy as fuck. You crazy as fuck if you think you are.
But you got to do it standing up too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
There's
course,
no,
of
you can't
course.
be.
What did
you can't
Clayton
be- you can't be
call
on
it,
your
Captain
stomach.
Morgan style?
Yeah.
You can't be on your stomach. Yeah, Captain Morgan style in the shower.
And I got to be like bending over to grab. So I got to make it as easy as possible. You really just got to lick it, just graze it, and then we can say we've done it and we can move
Well, you
past
don't lay
it.
on your back and throw them legs up.
No,
like-
thank you.
He's like, not arching no back. Not
Can we
gonna-
move my seat? Let's just a little further away from her. I don't feel safe.
You don't feel safe. I'm
don't
sorry.
feel safe.
I don't want to make you feel unsafe.
Yes,
Brandon,
you do. This has been for like 6 years now.
trust me. So Brandon, have you ever had sex in a department store fitting room?
No.
Wow, the eyes rolling back his head. He really went through every single
Yeah, I
moment
had to
of his
Doctor
life.
Strange that shit. You know? I was like,
He went through every moment of his life.
I saw every possibility, and there was none.
Yeah.
Right? Not why he had
not
to think for
department
so
store.
long.
No, because you have to think about like, did you do it? Then you have to think about, well, wait, let me think about
Is
the
that a
nasty
department
women. I'm like,
store?
did
Yeah.
any the
Yeah,
nasty women?
yeah.
Like, I'm like, because there's
Wait,
a lot
why
of
she got to be nasty?
Oh, there's nasty women.
ones
And
are
I'm
the
like,
business
wait
that
a
give you
second.
rim jobs after you just got through running like 3 hours of 21
Yeah.
in bucket.
Yeah,
Like,
you
those
just-
are the ones
yeah.
like just sweaty ass. They
Just-
say like, give
just
me
got back from Chipotle.
Okay, but
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gross.
I know some chicks that they would go like ass to mouth and then back to the. I was like, bitch, your vagina is gonna quit.
That's the spread of HPV. I'm sure.
yeah,
I'm sure there's something,
your vagina is gonna
something
quit.
is there. Yeah,
Yeah, she gonna need like
that vagina's gonna be like,
four
you know what I'm saying?
four boric acid capsules up there. Like
Yeah,
you
but swallow
need-
one of them.
That's a white some
and
vinegar,
take
right?
some extra
Yeah.
probiotics. Like you
but
need
boric
them.
acid. Yeah, nah,
that's a day of kombucha.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A damn kombucha. You should
Definitely-
just juice
definitely
for a
kill
week
me.
after you do that.
Definitely a recipe for BV. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
Okay.
Tell
bacteria
Nori I'm going to
vaginosis,
try to
yeah.
make it tonight, but I also have a show tonight at the lab at the Improv. So I'm gonna try to make his show tonight, Kiyomi.
Can you flag that little part to just cut it out the final one for me?
Which one?
I was talking to Amir just to cut that out. The you having a show tonight because this comes out in like a month.
I know, but this also don't cut it out because that lets people know why they should join the Patreon because we talk to the guests, we interact with the Patreon. While we
Oh well,
work.
that just
Are you gonna cut this part out now?
Probably.
The
yeah.
side
Nope.
mentor?
No, she wants to cut it out. Let her cut it. It's her show. I'll let her run her.
No,
run her
like,
show the
I'm
way she
teasing
wants
you.
to.
Because it's funny. So like,
okay. Last question.
yes.
Have you ever fantasized? And this I want details on. Have you ever fantasized about a teacher or a boss? Like for real, fantasize.
For sure.
Like you were.
I mean, when we was in high school, man. Like, I'm telling you, like there was some fine teachers. We had some beautiful, like, and you think about these women, they were like mid-20s, you know. So it wasn't like they were like we're older than that now, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but they were like. They seemed like grown women, but like it seems some of them seemed still attainable, and we felt like there was someone that probably flirted. Hell yeah, absolutely used to fantasize. I mean, I used to fantasize about you. I don't want to say their names because if they listen to this shit,
No,
Why
you
not?
don't have to share names.
You can shoot. You can shoot.
I mean,
Unless you
everybody-
really want to.
Everybody's a dose at this point.
nah.
shit.
But I remember there was. It's funny because
But if you think about it, when you're in high school, some of your teachers have just finished college or only been out for a few years. So it's
they're
like
close to age.
they're close
Yeah.
to your age.
It's facts. I mean, it's like
And
it's like the
so-
difference. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be like a 25 and a 22-year-old. You know that doesn't seem crazy, but then it's like your teacher is on the other side of 21.
Yeah.
You're 18. Like that's
yeah,
doable.
right.
Like I think that's legal.
it is. I, mean,
I love
yo,
how you say. I think that's legal.
You see, I got to
You're
be
over 18,
disclaimer.
yeah.
I think because they might switch this up
Yeah,
in
you're
in
over
2 years.
18.
They find these old tapes.
Yeah.
In this year of 2022,
the legal
that's
age
legal.
is 22. Yeah, yeah.
That is legal. So
Okay. I've never had that experience with someone I worked close to. I fantasized about a boss being like my actual father because I saw him interact with his own. He had like 5 daughters, and I saw him interact with his actual kids. And it's like, why can't my dad be like that? And I was like, just enamored by him and his relationship with his girls. And so I was like, I want to be one.
and the girls were the same age.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Actually, I
fantasized
knew
in church,
their girls. You knew one of them, Fanoe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I actually we went to college with one of them, and the other ones we were all kind of close in age. And when I would see them, we got
Nice
along
house
great and
too.
stuff. And
So
it's
it's
like,
like the
just adopt me.
Yeah,
It was like
nice
a classic
house in the middle
Huxtable,
of the-
like
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, his wife was
Black
really
TV
sweet
sitcom
and
dad.
everything, and I was like, I mean, I can have an extra mom. Like, I'm not trying to replace the one I have, but the dad, please adopt me, adopt 22-year-old me
I definitely had some bad thoughts when I was in church, though.
Yeah.
in church.
Oh, man, they catch that Holy Ghost in that ass. It's something about a holy ass.
I think it was boss or teacher.
Oh, I know, but I'm just letting you know what I
please,
had.
regardless.
Well, I mean, you learn things at church.
Yeah, I was
Speak
standing-
your truth. Don't shut him down.
Listen,
I'm just saying,
I feel that tingle in my penis. I
Yeah.
stand up and put my dick against the pew, just
Yeah.
put a little pressure on it.
Calm down, boy. Calm down.
Hey,
you
I
got-
gotta reel it in now.
You gotta really dial it back a little
Dial
bit,
it back,
you know? 'Cause
man.
It's but if they have
This
those
dick
soft,
gotta
if they have
eat.
those soft cues, you're only increasing the problem. You know what I mean? Those soft with the plush on the back.
It was not. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
No, it was,
No,
it
you
was
had the
a
wooden
hard
ones,
Yeah,
right?
the
Yeah,
wooden ones would
I
throw
just
that.
put a little pressure on
they'll
it.
Throw
just
that
like-
back right down, right back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started-
Or you just gotta see when I was going to
start doing
Catholic
this
church,
one right
you know,
here? I
you
was
just look at the
like-
stained glass and freak yourself out. Just look at the stained glass.
My
niggas.
church actually didn't have any windows.
Oh yeah,
So-
we had.
What?
You remember my church? It was just like a long hall. It didn't have any windows.
I don't.
So it
remember
was
it,
like
actually.
also some kind of other.
So imagine
building.
this
Like it wasn't a
room.
church. It sounds like
Yeah.
it was like it was a firehouse. Was it?
No,
did they have-
it was just
It
like
was a
it looked
casino?
like no, it looked like a hall. It was like imagine this room, but like 3 times wider, but just straight back, and also
Really?
like 8 times longer. So it was just that. It was just like a hall. It was
Wow.
just- yeah, we didn't have any windows in church. We had great lighting though. Yeah, if Instagram was out back then, nigga, you could get all the pictures, nigga. The lighting was
Really?
immaculate. Yeah.
Look
but-
at you taking all your little thirst trap pictures at church.
Hey, I've always wanted to be
Church
like a sexy ass gospel singer. Just have anointing oil
You've
all on my
always
chest.
just wanted to be a singer of some
I do.
some type.
I wish I could sing and play the guitar. Boy,
You might be able to sing. Have you taken any kind of vocal classes to teach
'Cause
you
I
to try
haven't-
singing?
I can hold a note.
They'll
but
tell
not-
you
hold a
you're
little
probably
note.
using your whole
yeah.
register wrong.
Wrong.
You
Yeah.
probably don't know how to
Probably-
use your own mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, for the sake of my marriage, I can't sing.
Okay.
Okay. I can't do it because if I can sing, I'm not wearing no drawers or no shirt ever, regardless of my
Regardless
size.
of your size.
No drawers, no shirts. For
and
the,
why is that? For the sake of because
because the holy bitch is gonna be on me.
I'm just there swinging a Bible on some people.
Did y'all see how buff Kirk Franklin is? Bro, I saw this video and I
He's
had
just
to
always
say
been a little fella. He buffed
is
up.
he is little, but Kirk Franklin is buff as fuck, bro. It was a video of him and somebody in the gym, and I had to save it like, yo, because I forgot to make a video.
It's
I'm like,
him and Jesus.
yo, he's just like buff for no
Jesus in
reason.
the gym.
I like how on Family Guy they make Jesus like
Let's
strong.
say,
You know, whenever
don't
they,
tell
like-
me what you
like he's
can't
always-
do, Kirk. One more. I know what you're capable of.
Where is it at, man?
So stupid.
Look at Kirk Franklin.
Oh shit. Okay, praise the Lord.
Listen.
See, he got the time to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, like, yo, Kirk got to be what, 50?
he's-
With these type of abs, like,
He's ready to fight for the Lord, man.
he's
He's
a
gotta be
soldier
prepared.
of God's
He's a
army.
soldier of God. Yeah.
Which one is the main one? Let me see if I can show it to people. Okay, let us look at Kirk Franklin. That's Kirk Franklin right here, doing it for Jesus. look at the abs, on, yo.
Chris said Kurt had to fight all his life.
Let me tell you something.
He's 52.
Oh, Kirk was definitely fucking. Him and his
52.
wife was definitely laying hands. He had his, nigga. Brighter day? Come on, bruh.
Yeah, you stomping pussies.
Listen.
What do people say?
Big bitches on your whip. Oh, yeah.
Rim jobs, are you with me? Oh, yeah.
Very disrespectful.
Wow, cannot do that. That's never been said.
Y'all,
that's never been sung to that tune.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah.
Woo, that's I
so
can't
you
believe
gonna
it.
record the rest of that
I'm
song?
not gonna record. No. I'd like
song?
to go to heaven. I would absolutely like to. And I think Jesus said, "Hold on, we're gonna."
You said you Catholic. Do y'all believe in heaven?
I'm Christian, man. Like I said, I was raised Catholic. I went to Sunday school, went through all that, went through the sacraments. You know, I used to take communion. You know, but then my dad would go to the black churches. You know, so I got kind of a good.
Oh, so you was doubling down on the religion.
I understand. Yeah, I understand the religion. So when I go into religion jokes, you know, it's like I know for real the songs. You know,
yeah.
Christ has come. Christ is risen.
Nope.
Christ will come.
I had a hard time staying
again.
awake in regular, like in a non-denominational church. I can't imagine what it was like in like a Catholic
man, I used to
church
bring
with those
Legos
hymns.
to church.
Oh yeah.
It was so. I used to be. Completely bored.
Yeah,
it was pain. And for us, you know, can you imagine like as a child?
Yeah,
as a child, it was like I was trying to be good. You know, my mom would get pissed off too. You know, she cut me looks like I'd get the meanest like.
Man,
I can see it.
After the music stopped, I usually lay my head on somebody's lap and went to sleep.
Man, but there was hard ass pews, and it was like it wasn't even like a flat grade of bench. It was like it was literally carved out of a tree. Like
and it kind of tilted on the seat.
Okay, y'all went to poor people's church. My church had cushion back and the seat, so I could just lie down if I wanted to. But I usually
went to a church that
laid
was
on
so
my mom's
old.
lap, or I laid on my grandmother's lap.
The ghosts of slaves were the ushers at her church. The church was so old, bro.
But I had cushion on my pews.
Yeah, because the ghost demanded it.
But we had like a legit organ with the little things in the back of the church,
off the wall,
like some Phantom of the Opera shit.
Yeah. It was an old ass church. You had to show your freedom
and
papers to get
in. We had the little baptism tub like under the choir stand and like a
what denomination?
Chunk of wood. It started Pentecostal, but when I was like in somewhere between middle school and high school, they went non-denomination.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, Pentecostal, my earlier church days.
See, I was thinking you're lucky you got to just put your head on your mom's lap and rest. I couldn't do that because in Catholic church, you know, you stand, you sit, and
down,
you kneel. You sit down, stand, you kneel. And you have to pull the little, that's the only cushion you got. It's on the other side of the thing. You flip down.
Oh, yeah, you sit,
yeah.
Wow.
Like then you're gonna move 3.
That's how I learned
12
how
times.
to accommodate women when they give me head from going to Catholic church. I was like,
Stop
I got
talking.
this little
Stop
stool
talking.
Right here.
No one let you inside of a Catholic church. We're gonna jump into the topic.
Well, bitches let me inside of this.
Just give me a peek.
No, I fucked this girl. Her name was Catholic Church.
Her name was Catholic. We called her Catholic. Because the way she sucked that dick was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Why are we this unruly?
I've never had some head that was that crazy. Like I fantasize about meeting somebody that like everybody's like, yo, you gotta get head from this bitch. This is like, would you allow me to get head from this bitch if we met somebody everybody was like vouch for?
Absolutely.
I want to say I would give that bitch $50 if she can make me come in less than 10 minutes.
Wow. I mean,
$50?
More. I mean, I'm sure it would cost more than that.
$50?
I can't deny that I'm not curious about like.
I feel sorry for her. Like, you know what, girl? Don't do it. Don't take the risk because $50. No,
I mean, I can't deny it. I'm not curious about like Corinne Steffens, Superhead.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not her name anymore.
What's her name now?
She changed her name to something like
Ultra
Super
Head?
Preppy.
Mega Head?
It's
Did she evolve to the next level? She has another mouth?
President Business Head. That's her new name right there.
President Business Head.
Yeah,
she changed
trying to
her
get the Lego
name to
movie.
something like super proper now. It's like Elizabeth something.
I wonder if she still would give Wayne here on the low though, like just like come through, get this look here.
Elizabeth Overson is her name now. She's changed her name several times, but this is the latest. I don't want no hair
from Elizabeth Overson. I don't want no hair from her.
Well, you can't. Listen, Overson. Overson
is how I'm
Elizabeth.
assuming it's pronounced.
That's kind of interesting. Like she had to change her name.
She had to get that image off of him, man.
Yeah.
You can't apply for a fucking desk job and niggas know you a superhead.
Yeah.
Okay, she is not trying to do anybody's desk job.
Wait. Yes, you absolutely can apply for a desk job, and they know your name is Superhead. He's gonna be under the desk.
You're not gonna get the job you want, though. I promise you that. You're gonna be working.
Yeah, you're gonna start from the bottom.
Oh.
You work your way
Now
down.
we here.
Hey, friends. Profiling, surveillance, data harvesting. There are lots of things not to like about tech giants. But what can you actually do about it when you need so many of their products, right? We don't all have $44 billion to go buying up Twitter. But the good news is you don't need to be a billionaire to take a stand. For less than $7 per month, you can join me and fight back against big tech by using ExpressVPN. How do you think big tech companies like Twitter make all their money anyway? Well, they do it by tracking your searches, your video history, and everything you click on, and then selling your personal data. And I look up some strange stuff for this show. So it's like, please don't base what you market to me off what I search for. More to the story. Also, ExpressVPN helps you anonymize much of your online presence by hiding your IP address, a unique identifier that every device has that allows big tech to match your activity back to you. That's why I use ExpressVPN on all my devices, my phone, my computer, iPads, all of it, so that they can't track my movements. So if you don't like big tech tracking you and selling your personal data, then it's time to fight back. Visit expressvpn.com/story right now to get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. That's expressvpn.com/story. expressvpn.com/story. It's time to fight back. So, yes, the topic today, because we're about to get in Brandon's business a whole lot. Brandon is a famous, well-known party people person. And so I want to get behind the psychology and just where your interest in throwing the parties that I've heard so much about came from. Mm-hmm. So I just want to start out by, like, were you that way as a kid? Like, what got you started with the wild parties?
At an early age, I was that kid in Chuck E. Cheese that was with other kids, and we'd find Chucky sometimes and jump him. And I think that started, I was like, man, I don't know. We're in Chuck E. Cheese. We're kind of partying. We're on sugar highs and pizza highs. We're beating up Chucky. And I'm just like, man, I'm having a good time with my friends. I'm having a real good. Look at us all coming together to beat up this rat.
Wow. So it does start in childhood.
Moving forward, upon my high school graduation, I ended up having a pool party. I had a graduation pool party, and And I mean, it was just popping. It was amazing. I had all my friends. It was super popping. Mm-hmm. Flash forward, now I'm in college. I was living with some upperclassmen roommates. Sam now, Sam Akiela. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was one of my roommates. Met him at the time. My boy Will Lugo, rest in peace. You kind of remind me of too. And this gay dude named Stacy Antoine. It was a super crazy mix. A Nigerian, a Dominican, and then myself and Stacy Antoine, right? And then we all would just. We were all popular in our own sects around campus, right? So I knew all the freshmen. I wasn't supposed to be living in that because they just had nothing else there. So I was able to be a freshman that was living in upper class residencies. And because of that, we were able to have alcohol. Yeah. You couldn't have alcohol in the dorms. Yeah. So a lot of times I'd have my friends from high school that also went to Towson. I'd have them come over and because they knew, we can go get drunk this weekend. We can drink and play drinking games over here, Yeah. So then I started meeting more people, and then I started inviting more people over. And then next thing you know, we're starting playing music in our place. People are drinking, having fun, feeling like they're in the upper class side. Mm-hmm. Then Facebook came out, yo.
Oh, yeah.
And Facebook, this was back when you could write on somebody's wall, and it was just, and you could literally, they didn't get the programming right. So you could write on someone's wall, or you could fuck up their wall and delete somebody else's shit that you had to everyone had to have an honor system initially when Facebook came out. You had to like indent and then write your message and be like, oh, like you couldn't just, you could type into other people's messages, you know?
Oh, wow.
Anyways, I used to use the wall. We used to have, so one of the parties we had, this is how it started. Oh my God, it's amazing. I'm telling you, me and Sam wrote a movie based on this shit. Like
really?
So more and more people come over, and then it started becoming like we kind of dance and vibe. We were cool with the white boy neighbors across the hallway, and we just turned the lights out. We had a black light, and then one night, just everyone just got popping. I remember at that time, "Pussy Poppin'" was a popular song.
Head down, pussy
popping on the yeah. So I remember some of my friends, the girls would do handstands, and their shoe marks would be on this one wall, and like they were all like just doing it, and everyone's just like, "Yo, this is crazy!" Like, and I'm like, "This is fucking crazy!" Like, so we started like coming together. We were like, we just looked at the wall the next day. That shit was destroyed. Gene marks, like it was so much gene mark. It almost looked like somebody took a light coating of blue paint and just right in the middle. So it was almost nice and even. You know,
so it was like one of those bars with all the women's bras and stuff like stapled around,
just like that. So it was like jean, a line of jean, and then like shoe marks, because not that the shoe marks on the handstand shoe marks. And at that moment, we all just kind of sat back and we reflected on the wall. We were like, man, they was really throwing that booty on this wall.
Yeah.
And thus, that was the origin story for the booty wall.
Yeah.
The booty wall. I don't know what it was. When you were in my house, there was one wall where you was getting, they was throwing it back on you on this one wall. Like you stand on another wall of the kitchen, girls might say, "No, I'm not dancing right now."
But this catch her across the room.
You took it to this one. It's just a wall. You put it on that one wall.
You can't be seen as a woman. Like you can't be the only one that's not dancing on that wall. So if you're over there, you
knew what time it was.
No, you understand the assignment.
So we started calling our party the booty wall, and we went one step further. We got Scotch tape and we taped the word booty wall right on the wall, colored it in a highlighter. When we threw that black light on, nigga, we was in business. This was my first ghetto. It was like, I swear to God, like it was like, zoom. It had like a hum to it, right? So we started using thefacebook.com, because that's what it was called, the Facebook. I was using thefacebook.com, and I was telling people, if you were at last week's booty wall, well, it wasn't defeated, and it's making its revenge this week, you know. So I write out these over-prepared fucking party invites, you know, but people thought it was kind of funny because I was literally writing it like it was a fucking beast that needed to be slayed. And I was like, we're calling all, like, you know, all the soldiers,
all the booty bosses
to come destroy this wall. And people started showing up, and then like because I knew a lot of the pretty girls, the freshmen, right? Some of the seniors were like, yo, like they would try to meet up with the freshmen. Yeah. So they ended up coming to my parties too. So I started having like football players, like basketball players, like frat kappas, all the different frats, alphas.
So you just got known
I started
as like
becoming popular, on campus because I was having these parties because we had the recipe for fucking success. We had the great music, we had the ambiance, the booty wall. Then we also had the best thing that you need. Beverage. You know what we had jungle juice. You know what our jungle juice was? Country Time powder, ice, Everclear, bathwater. Yes, bathwater. Something about that concoction. When I tell you, people was drinking this shit.
They'd be in our house. Water?
Just water from the tap.
We were filling a cooler up, so we needed to get the liquor in fast. We needed to make people were out there like, wait, where's the alcohol? You know, so we had the bathtub was the best option. I remember this one party, the girl was drinking like it's some bullshit, like drinking like it's weak, right? Cut to stripping on the counter. Our party started becoming, people would be dancing on the counter, taking clothes off. Hey. My boy Sam, I mean, it's so funny. It's like every classic, like, oh my God, it's literally a movie because it was like, you know, the rise is good. Like this is the montage part, right? Yeah. We're having parties. We're making money. I had my white friend, Ashley Albert, right? I had her sit outside because I knew that she was going to get that fucking money and nobody's going to be able, like my ass, if I was sitting at the door, I'd be soft. I'd be like, all right, you can come in, you come in. So I had her charging people $5. She sit on a stool. We started taking our furniture out to make more space. We'd take all the furniture out. So we put a couch outside.
He was so dedicated to the cause. We have a black light. We got tape on the wall. We were moving furniture. He didn't say move it.
Yeah.
On some like in the Cosby's when they used to just push the furniture out the way so the kids could party. He was pulling it out.
And people were sitting on the sofa outside of our apartment like it was a VIP lounge. And then it started getting real. Oh God, I did this too. I can't remember. I can't believe I did this. From College Park, I remember there was these steel partitions with the little velvet rope thing, right? I just saw it out.
You stole them.
I swear to God, I was with my friend. I was like, yo, I need that. The fucking things are heavy as shit. I stole a steel partition. Heaviest thing I've ever stolen. When I brought it back to campus, nigga, we started using that shit to block off the door. So I swear to God, the girl would literally charge and then open the velvet rope to come into my apartment. We started calling it Club 3309.
That was the apartment number?
That's what we started calling it, Club 3309. I remember my sophomore year, someone hit me on Facebook, said, what's the dress code? People really didn't know that this was just my apartment. So now I'm in my freshman year. All these parties going crazy. Now I'm in sophomore year. Now I'm like an upperclassman.
Yeah.
So I'm telling freshmen, yeah, it's gonna be $10. You're a freshman. We're getting all this, and now the freshman girls are coming into our party.
Yeah.
I've already established this working goddamn party. We start partnering with.
Wait, weren't you a freshman?
I was a sophomore now.
Oh,
But even before that, we started partnering with our neighbors. Remember the white boys I was talking about from earlier? So it was one dude, G Money, Pretty Joe, Kyle, and Mike and Ari.
So wait, it was a white dude named G Money?
His name was Grant.
Oh.
We called him G Money. This dude drove a Hummer H3. It was the most obnoxious car. He was literally every stereotype of a white frat boy that you can imagine, right? Like such a bro, you know? He used to come into our apartment sometimes, take a big-ass shit, leave it there, and then go back into his apartment. We wouldn't even know because we'd be playing video games, something.
Yeah.
We just had an open-door policy, and we'd be like, G Money again, you know?
Curse you, Gary the fuck.
Curse you. So we started joining forces with them. My boy Sam ran a speaker cord. This is how old it was. A speaker wire over the door frame, across the other side of the door frame into their apartment. We threw a speaker in there. So they'd have their music, the same music that we were having. Sam was controlling from his bedroom, from his computer. We're using like virtual DJ shit, right?
Wow.
Sending the feed over there. They were having beer pong and the music lighter with the lights on. We had pussy popping on a handstand and our shit with Jungle Juice. Now Club 3309 had expanded to Club 3308. So if you wanted to go get a little white vibe, and people were blending. So all their people from their party would start coming in. You see all these white girls coming into our shit.
Yeah.
Getting like
So you went mainstream.
we went mainstream. We realized the brand was bigger than just our market. We had to branch out.
Bigger than us,
we
bro.
went into syndication. We went into syndication. We
like
syndicated the party. So I'm telling you, the parties are getting better. They're getting better. I'm talking about the cops all the time shut it down. One time the cops came, they would just stand at the door. These niggas were just clapping, bro. They're
really?
like, this is the biggest party on campus right now. You know what I mean? They're clapping. One time a cop came, saw that I was a Kappa, right? Was like, hey, just keep it down. I'm not coming back. I was like, all right, everyone, chill. We back on. Like, you know,
how do you keep it down? Sir, you just walked in here.
Yeah,
There's
it's
150 people in
Our
a
floor-
2-bedroom apartment.
By my junior year, the floor was starting to have a divot in it. Because we were having so many motherfuckers that I'm surprised, and people would, I mean, this was like Nuck If You Buck era. This was like all the bangers where people are jumping and dancing hard.
Fuck
like, I'm
me.
talking about,
The
it was
people
so,
under
I would
you.
hate you
They
as
were
a
upstairs
neighbor.
at our party.
Yeah, but say that.
We knew
It's like you can't beat
everybody.
them, join
we
them.
knew everybody. Everyone would come to our shit, man. And then,
Wow. So
and then-
wait a second. What would you say is the wildest thing that happened at one of your parties?
Man, the speaker caught on fire.
How did that happen?
Because these were old amps. We were using old amps, and like Sam was getting shit from so bad. He was getting shit from Goodwill, right?
Yeah.
and we're using these amps with like
Broke-ass
we're
college
not
students.
with like open wiring and just
Yeah.
there's a lot of and when it got hot, it somehow it just sparked up.
What were y'all doing with this money y'all were collecting?
Oh man, I don't
like,
even
I mean,
remember.
invest in the business.
No, we were investing in the business. we were using it to buy alcohol and food and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that. So it's like, but we were still having like a little. We'd split it up at the end of the night and we have some money for us.
Yeah.
But we'd all go out and like probably eat together, you know, and just spend. We really didn't have that many expenses as college kids. Like gas here, kind of, but like people cut rides. So it got like to the point where it was just like we were doing it every week, man. It went from this thing,
week.
and then it's just like
Sounds like it takes a week to recover from shit like that.
Oh man, I mean, then there's the fights. I remember one time it was the end of my party, and somebody barges in my apartment and immediately just shoves me. And I'm like, because I let them in, because I was like, hey, what's up? And right before I could get dapped, shoves me, right? So right when that happened, my homeboys from back home that were visiting, and these niggas all played football. They were all playing college football and shit. They seen that. It went from me just getting shoved before I could even fall back to them getting pushed outside, and there was a brawl.
Wow.
On my behalf.
Really? Aww.
There was a brawl. And like I just
How many people was
Did you
dude
clench your
with?
pearls?
Huh? How many people was dude with? Like was he alone?
He's with two. No, he's with two dudes. And then my friends, all I know is like, I remember that couch that's outside.
What was his beef? His
I think he thought, yeah, pretty much. But I think he thought I was smashing his girl or some shit. Because the ironic thing, right after that shit happened, I was like, what the fuck is happening? I get a call from the girl. She's like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, the fuck? Why would you know? Why would you just randomly call me right now? You know what I'm saying? So everything seemed like it's coming together. But that couch that I said that was out there, man, people were rumbling on that couch. It was so bad. My one friend, Ronan, punched my other friend, Derek, because they didn't know they were on the same side. And he was like, yo, I'm Brody's friend. He's like, oh, my bad. And then went back to punching someone else.
I love that so much. Like,
I always wanted that, like in wars, like you see war movies and
yeah.
Like,
how can you tell them apart? Yeah. Because I'm like, I'm having a hard time watching this, knowing who's on what side.
It's confusing. So then, anyways, those parties turned into me actually like getting attention from the promoters in Baltimore City and Towson. So then now I'm promoting for these big parties now, like, and it was like it went from just this little house shit to now we're doing clubs. Now I'm doing lounges, like 2 or 3 spots during a week, and now I'm into this. Now I'm realizing like people hitting me up like, yo, Broady, can I get in this spot? Can I get in here? You know, I was in charge of that shit, and you know, so I was like low key kind of the man, like with the Baltimore.
How
party
are you
scene.
Not in Vegas right now? As you getting people, text me if you want to come to.
You know what?
Text me if you want to.
I think comedy really saved me. You know what I mean? It's like because even like when I first started, before I moved out to LA, I was like kind of still promoting clubs in DC. So after I graduated, I was still promoting clubs. I understood how to do it, but then I didn't like. I really got tired of like. Just sending out these texts, man, to people that is like that may not come to the party, you know. And I also was getting overwhelmed with like I want these people to start coming to my comedy shows. Like, I was starting to promote like that more, you know. And so when I came out here, I would have parties in Echo Park and everything. That's kind of where it started again. Yeah, because I had a full understanding of how to have a party, how to properly do it.
And I mean how to reach people that you didn't even know. Because I mean,
well, I would always text people. Like what I would do is give people 2 weeks before, 1 week before, day before. Text messages about parties, and then sometimes day of if I really really want them there, you know. But you give that, you kind of
so that way people. They won't be late.
Yeah, and you're kind of prepping people like, oh yeah, that party's coming. Now they're knowing, oh yeah, that party's coming, you know. Yeah. And so they won't be late. That was great right there. That was a good one. That was a
you see
good
what he
one.
did there? You
that
see
was
what
a
he
good
did?
One.
So I was just looking up like the why people like to party and stuff, and found out how closely is related to imitation. Like people like to be around other people who are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And
it's like pussy cup on the handstand. Now she's pussy cup on the handstand.
Right. And it's like, oh, so she did it. And that's really how it works. You just need like that one person to do it. And then it's like, okay, I'll try it too. And then the more people do it, the more it just becomes the norm. And then you start looking like an outcast if you don't do it.
Yeah. But it's called a fad.
Yeah. That too.
I think that's the definition of a fad too.
But I like the way this article broke down like what a party is. It says that humans gather in groups and consume food and other substances that make them dizzy, using special equipment designed to produce. Was this written by
a second grader?
I mean, think about it: drugs and alcohol, but using special equipment designed to produce loud sounds. They begin to hop around and become quite excited. Sometimes they even initiate their mating practices. Like that's the the bare bones of basically. What a party is, though.
It was written by Alien, though. Like Alien came
They're making practices.
The humans are practicing sexual acts one another with clothes on. You know what that's actually called? Frottage. Fun fact.
What?
Frottage is the sensation of grinding on someone else with clothes. Look it up.
Clothes.
F-R-O, like cottage with that fro on the front. Frottage. Man, when I learned that, I've learned that my dad had this old ass game called Sexual Trivia, and I remember leafing through it.
The technique or process of taking or rubbing from an uneven surface to form the basis of a work of art. The practice of touching or rubbing against the clothed body of another person in a crowd as a means of obtaining sexual gratification.
Like I said, see,
wow.
I don't know why you read that.
We call that clothes burning.
Clothes burning, dry humping.
Fraudage is the
fraudage.
And you get away with that. You know what I'm saying? You please use that in your circles.
Let's fraudage.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe fraught. I think fraught might be the...
We're frauding.
Frauding.
Fraudaging.
Fraudaging.
Let's participate in a fraudage. And with the shoulder touch like this.
Hey, you're already doing it
Does
right
that
now.
turn you?
If there's sexual pleasure, then you're already doing it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling tingles in my elbow.
I frauded. I used to try to fraudage at strip clubs.
Yeah, man.
That's
what you go there for.
Have your ass escorted out.
Man, you know what? I'm going to open up a strip club called Fraudage Cottage. You know what
Get
I'm saying?
out,
And it's going to be a cottage theme.
We
it's gonna
don't
be,
want
it's gonna
you
be
here
women, you know.
anymore.
You can get milk.
So,
And
what about porridge?
So-
You can get porridge. You can
Like,
get
Give me
porridge
one
at the
strip
Fraudage
club.
Cottage.
You can get porridge at. Nigga, that's so.
Niggas eating
That's so out of pocket.
with a big ass spoon.
Right, what is bull? And this was too hot. This was too cold, but this
More
one is just
and on
right.
the walls is a whole like the three bears.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Goldilocks and the three bears
Yeah.
theme painted on the wall.
At the Fraudage Cottage this weekend. Goldilocks.
But so it says like one of the most effective means of coordinating groups is imitation. Basically, people want to go to parties because they want to dance, but they don't want to dance alone.
Yeah.
And or they want to have a drink, but they don't want to drink alone. So it's like the being somewhere where you get to do that with somebody else. But there's also an emotional part of it that they call like a emotional contagion, which sounds weird, but it's like you see somebody else happy, it makes you happy, and then that like travels on. So you have all these groups of like, even if people are all clicked up, you have all these groups of people just feeling good. They're laughing, they're talking, and even if you're not a part of that conversation, you start to feel the same way. You model their emotions. And there's what they call a collective effervescence with a party.
I never could say that word right.
Say it.
Effervescence.
Effervescence.
You did it, man.
I don't say, I gotta slow down because I didn't realize I said it wrong until very recently. I don't say February correctly
How you say
when
it?
I say it too. I pronounce the R after the B.
February.
Yes, and you're not
Ooh,
supposed to.
no, you're not at all.
Yeah, that's like saying the L in salmon.
Man, but I learned that when I
Yeah.
started life. And dang, how long you been doing this shit?
I did
How
not
long you been doing
realize-
life? You been doing
I
life for
did-
how long now?
She's pretty new to it.
New to life?
To life and the bourbon
You said
community.
the knife. I see why. I get it. There's more to the story. Not so much. Not so much. We know why y'all love each other. You fucking y'all words up, man, together in harmony.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Been another episode of Words of the Start. Yeah. So, but anyway, a collective effervescence is what they call it, and it's like somebody else is dancing, so it makes you want to dance too. That's why I told you at our event, it's like when it was early on. It took for one person, which it was usually my ass that couldn't sit down, that would start dancing, and then everybody else would come. Then dance floor would get too hot, and I go sit down.
That was my event. That was not blind. What is it?
Opposite.
Opposite
LA.
LA.
Yeah.
Oh my
man.
god.
Well, we got it. If we're talking timeline, we're not even at the opposite LA yet.
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm starting to have these parties at Echo Park. I met Tahir from this brain trust that Robbie Reed set together. I'm having him come over. He's inviting cool people over. I started doing game nights.
Yes.
We started having game nights. That
I
started
learned not
Mafia.
Villainy, Mafia from Brandon.
Oh,
That's the
really?
first place I played it.
Yeah.
And that's when I showed it to Clayton and all of them.
Oh, and
But it was
then
from,
he like
Wait
took it
a
as
second.
his
You
own.
showed it to Clayton?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a conversation with him later today. I didn't know. Well, anyways, but we did that. But we'd have the parties, and then the parties would be dope. I remember like my first party in LA. It was for my 25th birthday, and I was like so like worried, like man, I don't think anybody's gonna be here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it ended up being so popping, and I was like, "Oh my god, I got a community out here." It was my first year in. Like, I wasn't even a full year in.
What is your networking game like that you came from DC to out here and was able to just reach all these people to the point that they wanted to come to?
I think that I fostered genuine relationships with people. I actually listen to what they do. I check in with them. I'm always looking out and trying to connect other people to other people. You know, like if I know someone, my homeboy's from St. Louis, you know, I'm gonna like link them up, you know, or whatever. So I was always good at that. I'm obviously, you know, humorous person, so I'm always cracking jokes with people. So I think that they enjoy being around me, and then when they meet my friends, they also enjoy their time with them too. So now it's like a trust, and you're building these circles. And we started doing. I brought the same theme to LA, but I would tell people bring a bottle, you know, and people would just bring bottles. So it was like, and then I'd have a DJ in my kitchen. That was the thing that changed it. And the way the place we lived, it was connected to an alley that was like never used. So people would be outside, people would be inside,
smoking, drinking.
And then I started doing theme parties. One theme party we did a high school stereotype theme. So everybody came as like different high school stereotypes. There was like a prom queen. There was the guy that was always running late. I'm not even lying. Joe he had a toothbrush in his hand. He had his shirt halfway on.
Really?
And he kept running around corners like throughout the party. It was funny.
Really? So he stayed in character?
He said everyone was in character. I was a sketchy gym teacher. My boy Daryl played a pot. He was a pot. I'm gonna say played a pothead. He was a pothead. The entire night he was committed. You couldn't even talk to him. I didn't even want to be around him. He was annoying because he was just like, yeah, bruh. Yeah, there. Like
Daryl's the one.
But that had to be so fun. Though.
He was in a couple of movies, but
he's only in the city right now.
Yeah, he's 3 Billboards out of Ebbing, Missouri.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the black guy.
The black guy. Yeah.
So he was staying in character the whole time, and I mean, and so these parties started turning into like more I started moving away from the theme and just made him hat parties.
Yeah.
So I said wear a hat, you know. And the cool thing about that, the cheat code with that, is that if women don't have their hair done, they're like, oh, I'm going to this hat party. So it completely burnt anything.
Yo!
I can't come. So girls would wear that. That was one reason. It was like ensured the girls were going to come because they could just wear a hat. Secondly, it was I knew who was invited to my party and who was like to be like, I don't know this motherfucker, you know, because we did live in Echo Park.
Yeah.
And so people started like hearing, they would just kind of walk up and crash our shit.
Yeah.
So it gave me an idea like, all right. And I remember that it was perfect because there was people that I would know.
You charged a different amount for the people with no hats?
We didn't even charge. It was just bring your own bottle. I said bring a bottle, bring a friend. You know, that's kind of what I did. And I'd pay out the DJ, you know, and just have a party. But like, they were so fun, and then that's when Tahir started doing things, and then we started kind of promoting.
Together.
It was a good time. Opposite LA.
So, it's actually easy to make this connection, but they being psychologists and people who study people, compare partying to like religion. Like it's the same thing. It's people coming together. Experiencing this emotional and this physical connection all on one accord, so much so that the DJ is looked at more as like a shaman for parties because of the religious connection. What?
And it's like I've never seen that like so apparent until I started like going to like different EDM joints and like an EDM concert. It's like I respect all my DJs. You know what I'm saying? The EDM DJ is a different art form, and it's crazy the way. I mean, people are obviously on drugs and stuff, you know, so they're easily influenced. But like, it's like crazy to see like in like those like different countries. Like I can't remember I think what it's called, but there's some huge festival that's in some country, and I mean it looks insane the way they have the DJ placement. Like everyone's on this lower. It's almost like I want to say the DJ's damn near on a mountainside. You know what I mean? And all the people, I mean, the swarms of people, and you could just see this one little person just going like this, like, and I'm like, yo, it looks like it. It very much looks like the religious leader and all the cult following.
Music is powerful, man. Music is so powerful.
It's a term called entrainment, which is like hearing something rhythmic and your body syncs up with it, your heartbeat and everything. So it's more than just wanting to move to the beat, like your body actually syncs up to it. So you, along with all these other people around you, y'all are actually on the same rhythm, even if it's just internally.
Yeah.
And so it becomes like this shared experience, collective effervescence. I'm gonna get that tatted on my chest.
I feel like my rhythm would be a go-go beat though.
Yeah. But yeah, so not only does partying also stems from our ancestors' behavior, because it wasn't just to enjoy yourself, it was also a survival tactic.
Partying was?
Yeah, like the act of coming together, not what we know as partying, but the act of coming together on the same beat, the drums, the dancing, that led to our need for party and community and being around people and being on one accord. Yeah. So that connection to the shaman or in the DJ is because like in religious settings there's always someone who's like leading the crowd through like an uplifting experience, and that's what DJs do.
Wow.
Yeah, right? See, he gets it.
Is there a DJ named DJ Shaman?
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, I wish I was good at that because I was so still that name.
That's a perfect name.
It's a perfect name. Or like he doesn't even go by DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm a shaman. Like just really leans in.
Well, that's what the EDM DJs. That'd be Tiesto, Martin Garrix, Calvin Harris.
Yeah,
it's not DJ such and such.
Right. Yeah, I was super shocked to find out that those people were like not just DJs, but they didn't do music in the traditional sense that I would think of. They were DJs.
No, it's crazy. I mean, like Deadmau5 and then that whole like where that whole. I mean, with Daft Punk and just like wearing a mask over. It's like a whole other element of DJing.
Right. We had some neighbors who were a DJ couple, and they did the whole mask thing, traveling all over the world, throwing
How do you ask a DJ out? Another DJ, you want to be on the ones and twos?
Who studies this and gets paid for it? People who study study this. Like, I mean, it was interesting to me, so it's interesting to somebody else who has a degree. And
and
really
that's
look
kind
into
of fun,
it.
like partyology.
Yeah,
that's
partyology.
Science, but it is. But it's. I mean, it's a sociology.
Yeah,
it is.
So, is there? Do you look for just having people at your party, or are you looking for a certain type of energy? Like, are you specific about who you invite?
Yeah, I don't like to invite people that I wouldn't like have around like my parents. You know what I'm saying? Like if my parents were to walk in, I would expect like them to take care of my parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the type of people you want at my party. Like I'm gonna have some. I'm not saying that it's like we're not having some wild people that are having fun, but it's like they're having fun because they're good spirited people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want no weird energies in my party. I don't want no people that are jealous or like trying or like disrespectful to the women. I've had some friends that are I'm telling you, the girls are pussy popping on the handstand. But we treat them with fucking respect. You know what I mean? Like it's the truth though. You know what I mean? They're just having fun, and I want everybody to be able to have fun, feel safe, feel that they're in a good environment with people that they can bring around my parents. And I think that because I'm a comedian, naturally I'm going to have a bunch of funny people around. And I mean I think some of the most fun parties that I've been to in LA, it's because it's comedians that we're being people. We're out partying together because there's not going to be a lack of conversation. We're going to be cracking jokes, but we also are on the same page. We're like, we can party, we can unwind. There's some comedians that's not their cup of tea. They like to go straight home. Hey, Clayton doesn't like to party.
Yeah,
Clayton Thomas is not like he literally is a person that does not like to party. If he's at your party, it's because he loves you. He's showing his face. He's not planning on spending a lot of time.
He sits over in the corner and he does not move.
And he's out. But he's not. But you try to get Clayton to go to an actual club, a nightclub. He'd be like, hell no.
Right?
No.
Absolutely.
Where I'm a person that's like, I'll go to whatever. I'll go to the game night. I'll go to the dive bar. I'll go to the popping club. But like I don't. But LA, it's like I just don't have as much fun at the like the standard factory clubs anymore. Because it's just like what are you gaining from that shit?
Yeah.
So are you? I know a lot of the stories you told are from the past. Are you still this person?
I still enjoy being socializing. I mean, I have a like a Cheers now. I feel like I go to regularly. It's in downtown. It's an Irish pub called Dublin's, and it's black owned. And
I heard about that. Yeah,
that's the one we went to. I met. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So they opened up during the pandemic. They opened their seating outdoors. So I just started kind of like perusing over there, and I'd go, and I was able to like have a beer, like have some food, like have some community, some people, just to see some people. And their fucking lemon pepper wings are so motherfucking good. So I kept going back, you know. So now Dublin's just like a little spot. But the types of parties I like to go to now are like DJ artistic stuff, you know, stuff he's at, stuff my frat brother Jay Murphy's DJing, Airy Hall.
I was about to say
parties,
Airy,
those called Find Your Friends, and I like it because Find Your Friends, See You Soon. I like their thing. Even in their thing, they say their rules of the party. It's like, don't bring anyone you wouldn't bring to your house. Don't no fighting, no play fighting,
It's
no talking about
all
fighting. It's all love in here.
Yeah.
And like just sending that energy out is like automatically it's prepping you for what you're coming to. And at his
and it's
parties,
not just talk. That's the way he moves too. Like he's just a super loving guy. He DJ'd for my birthday.
Oh yeah. So it's like those are the types of parties because I know that I'm gonna be in good hands. I'm not like I'm not gonna be disrespected. I mean, I can go.
You know what? It's one of them tomorrow night.
Yeah,
or is it tonight?
No, it's tonight. Find your friends. Yeah, find your friends tonight.
I keep thinking today's Thursday.
I might find y'all niggas. Daryl likes that party too, man. Yeah, and you know, and he's a person that's like he doesn't like to be in the club. He likes to be in. If he's at a party, it's an event. It's because he's invited. You know, like those types. You know, like. I like those types of things too. Like I can go to the dive bar, you know, but like I really prefer. What I say now, I like if I'm leaving with a gift bag in my hand. Those are the types of shit I like. I like it where I've been filled up food wise, open bar, and I'm leaving with a gift bag. You know, like those types of things.
Yeah, just that's the people who study people, sociologists. There you go. Thanks, Kiyomi. You still not better than don't worry about it. We'll talk about it offline. But okay, before we close out, just one question real quick. Well, not question. This is a little sing-along. What was a song that you loved when you were a kid, but you were too young to sing it?
A song that I loved when I was a kid and I was too young to sing it. Let's see. So I remember, let's see. I'm trying to think of what albums I had. I mean, Chris Cross was still clean, so it was like I could sing "Jump" and "Miss the Bus" and all that.
What about Luke?
I didn't become familiar with Luke probably until like 4th grade.
Okay.
I was like, but you know, I mean,
Still
how
too
young
young.
are we talking?
Still too young.
How young are we talking?
I mean,
that's 4th grade. Yeah,
4th grade singing.
No.
That,
Okay,
so.
I mean, I was singing all the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About 3rd grade.
Baby, pop.
I mean, it was God. What was a song that I used to always fucking sing?
Like we all got that one song that we loved when we were a kid, but we weren't supposed to sing it out loud.
Snoop Dogg's album. I knew all the words to Snoop's album before I was supposed to know that.
My song was Johnny Gill's "My."
You know, I was singing
every bit of 4 or 5 trying to sing.
I will say I was singing
Red Dress, yes.
Gangsta's Paradise.
But that was. I feel like that was.
I was a child.
Yeah, but that was pretty.
We've been spending most of our lives living in a gangster's paradise.
It was on every radio station, even like rock stations were playing Gangsta's Paradise.
Forgot the
like,
situation.
Michelle
They got me
Pfeiffer.
thinking,
Because
it was in the
because
movie
it was in Dangerous Minds. Yeah.
Because I'm an educated. You know what I'm saying? Nigga with money on my mind. But I mean, because it wasn't really like I never really liked R&B like that. Like I had like a few. Like I had the TLC. I had Crazy Sexy Cool. But it was more so like I was a person. I mean, this is some kid shit. I used to get sometimes certain albums because I wanted to look at the girls, the insert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I remember I got Mariah Carey. I had a huge crush on Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Like a massive crush. You know what I'm saying? Like looked at the little inserts for the Fantasy album while I was listening to the music. Nigga. TLC had a crush on them, and then I remember Britney Spears when she came out. I was like, "Yo,
you was on Britney like that?"
I thought she was fine as shit. I was like, something about her. She's like a thicker white girl. Like, just like she looked like white girls from the DMV area. You know what I mean? Like, just had a nice healthy look to her.
I had a big crush on Lil Mo. Something about the
Lil Mo. I know Lil Mo.
Yeah.
Lil Mo was so fine to me.
No, that's big sis, dog.
She could do no wrong in my book.
Superwoman, man.
Yes.
What? Lil Mo. She got me on my first.
Right.
She got me on my biggest shot with Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh, word.
When I was first starting.
Damn.
Man, Yeah, Lil Mo.
Yeah.
Big sis, man.
I was trying to let her know that we were wrapping up. Yes. So thank you so much. You got some humble brag information, something you want the people to know?
Yes. If you are in the Los Angeles area, I will be performing tonight at the Comedy Chateau.
Oh, okay.
It's the Kings and Queens of Comedy competition.
Oh, you're doing the showcase?
Here
Okay.
tonight. So that's tonight, 7:30 p.m. at the Comedy Chateau. If you are in the DMV, I'll be performing once again at the Arlington Draft House in October. You can get those tickets online. Of course, you can find me on all social media platforms at Broady the Joker, Broady the Joker.
I love that. He gave you something for right now and something for when
later.
this airs. You'll be on it.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us.
This is super fun.
Brendan. Yay. Okay. All right, y'all. That has been another episode of More to the Story. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
I am Farron Moore.
And I'm to hear more.
And we will catch y'all next week. Bye.